Hi everyone, Chef Ron Locke here. And on today's interviews, we go behind the scenes of the Chef Ron Locke Show to bring you another one of our cast members that are going to be on the show. And today, we're pleased to introduce to you one of my favorite bikers out there, Harley Davidston, otherwise known to everybody, including myself, as Smokey. Hey Smokey, what's going on, bro?
Hey, thanks so much for having me on here. I appreciate it, bro.
So Smokey, tell us about yourself. Tell everybody a little bit about who Smokey is and what he's all about.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me start off by letting you know my first name, my real name is Harley Davidston. Now, that's not to be confused with Harley Davidson. Okay, I'm a Davidston with a T. Now, it just so happens there's a coincidence that I happen to like Harley Davidsons, but that's just happened to be the case. But I am not a Harley Davidson, I'm a Harley Davidston. But that don't matter anyway, because ever since I was a little kid, my folks and people always started calling me Smokey, because I had an uncle who liked motorcycles who died on one, and I guess my folks saw that I liked bikes, and I had those Sizzlers and Hot Wheels and Matchbox cars, and I was really mechanical with things, so I really think that they thought that that would be probably a great tribute to my uncle, and it would kind of, I guess, you know, bring his spirit onto me, I guess, so to speak. He was a great man. I don't remember much about him, but from all the things I see and I hear about him, he was a great man. I'm really honored to have that nickname. So everybody knows me as Smokey. Alright, so anyway, so I grew up in a town called Crosby, North Dakota. And I came from parents that really just weren't real connected with their kids. I had two older brothers and a sister, and they were just really too busy for the kids, pretty much. I'm the oldest of the four, and I had to basically take care of them for a while. Mom was off doing her thing, and Dad was off doing his thing, and so anyway, then I got tired of it all, and I decided I was just going to go ahead and leave. I said, forget it. They put me in reform schools and all kinds of stuff. I became a problem child. I guess, I don't know, I guess I was just upset and mad at my folks and having to be thrown in that situation. Anyway, I ended up running away, and I joined a biker gang when I was 18. And I got into some trouble then, of course. And I ended up serving some time in prison. Served some years in prison. Ain't real proud of talking about that, but that's the way it is. It's part of who I am. It's part of my history. But I got out of prison, and I met this wonderful woman who I call my old lady. And she's all right with me calling her that. And that's just my nickname for her. She's got her nicknames for me too, which I ain't gonna mention here on the camera. But anyway, I met her, and she kind of helped change my life around, and we ended up getting married. And I opened up a bike repair shop, moved up to Great Falls, Montana. And it's just a hop, skip, and a jump from North Dakota. And so we set shop up there for years, and had us a daughter and 3 sons. And so lived up there, and the daughter moved to Florida, the sons all still live up in the area. We ended up just recently selling the bike shop and moved down to Delray Beach, Florida, which is where we're living right now. And so I guess you could say I'm semi-retired. I still putter around repairs, and I do leather craft, and my wife does needlepoint, and she does some other odds and ends to get some extra income. We do trade shows and fairs and things like that. But anyway, we live here in Florida now, right near where you're at here. And so basically all we pretty much do is we do a lot of bike rallies and charity events and poker runs and all kinds of stuff like that. We do a lot of that thing. We try to help out the community as much as we can. A lot of people, I think, still get kind of freaked out by the way that we look. It's the whole biker thing. I'm a biker, man. I will always be a biker. I love the biker lifestyle. It's part of who I am, and I will never change. I'll die a biker. They might as well just bury me with my bike in a grave. Hey, you know, they just did that actually not too long ago. I just saw someplace, I don't know where some dude was put on his bike and they had them buried into the dirt that way. That's the way I want to go when I go. That's the way I want to go. Anyway, so that's pretty much about me and what I'm all about.
So Smokey, tell everybody out there about the first time that we met, your first recollection of how you and I got introduced.
Oh, wow. The first time we met, I remember, that was at the bike rally about 5 years ago. We were at that South Florida bike rally. We came down, actually, I came down to visit my daughter. And you were doing the chili cook-off, if I recall. And your chili was just unbelievable. You had the best chili. I voted for it. And you won. You won that chili, didn't you? I remember that. Yeah. And so then what? We just started talking. I went up and shook your hand, and I was thanking you for that, and complimented you on your chili. And well, we ended up grabbing a couple beers and just talking. I think for 3-4 hours, I believe. And we found out we had a lot in common, I believe, and that's how it was. I mean, you know what? Look, you and I are like, as opposite as probably peas and carrots. Hell, I'm trying to give you a food thing here for the show, a comparison. We're like peas and carrots. But you know what? The one thing that I like about you is that you love Harley Davidson. You like motorcycles, and so do I. And that's where our bond is, bro. That's where our bond is we like bikes. So that's how we met. And that's how we became friends. We did rides, and we did some events and stuff. And that's it. That's how we met. I remember that definitely the first time that we met was when we did that rally, and you did that chili cook-off. That was amazing. That was some good stuff. Yeah.
So Smokey, tell everybody out there about some of your hobbies and interests, some of the things you enjoy doing. We know that you love bikes, but is there anything else you enjoy doing?
Well, that's pretty simple. Obviously, look, I'm a biker, man. I like to ride my bike. I like my hog. I like my old lady on the hog with me. We spend a lot of time together that way. We've been doing a lot of traveling down here. I like living here in South Florida. I'm a Northwest guy. I was born and raised in North Dakota. I lived in Montana. I love it up there. I like the scenery. I like the cool weather and all that, the mountains and all that. But you know what? I really like it down here. It's really nice. I really like it a lot, and because I can ride all the time when it's not raining, But I really like the weather here, and I enjoy it a lot. It's good. So I do a lot of riding. I do leathercraft. I work different kinds of. I make vests and pants and all kinds of stuff. I have this band and all kinds of things I make and I sell. My wife, like I said, she does her thing, and we go to trade shows and we do fairs and all kinds of stuff and sell our goods, and that's how we make a little extra money on the side. And what else? I love TV. I like to eat. Like hanging out with my bros and sisters and all that, I'm not in a club or anything like that, but we're affiliated with a lot of the clubs down in this area, and we enjoy it. We choose not to be with the club because we don't want to be tied into something. We just want to help people wherever it is and that. So, but pretty much, I guess it's just riding our bikes and riding bikes and doing my leathercraft and doing some of the shows and stuff like that. So that's pretty much what I enjoy doing. Yeah.
So Smokey, what is your most cherished memory? Meaning, like, what is the thing that you remember the most in your past that's made you the happiness or that puts a smile on your face?
Cherished memory. Well, I don't have a lot of those. Most of my memories aren't all that great. They're not really good things, actually, especially growing up. And in my early years, I had some great times in the biker gang that I was with. It wasn't all bad stuff. There were some good times, some great camaraderie with some good guys and all that. A lot of people come and go there with that. A lot of deaths. There's a lot of killings and just people being offed and stuff like that. I don't know if you want to call it that is really a cherished memory or not. Probably my cherished memory would be meeting my old lady. I remember meeting her. Actually, we met, I'll try to make this real brief. I met her at a fair. We had a state fair in North Dakota, and I remember she was working one of the prize booths, they have in the midway there, and I was actually with a girl here. I was bringing her with, and she wanted me to do some shooting. All right, I like guns. Oh, that's another thing I like on your last question. I like guns too as well. I like to shoot, hunt, camp, all that stuff. All right, I guess I'm sorry, I'm jumping around here. Anyway, it just made me think of that. Anyway, so we were at the shooting range, at the shooting gallery in the midway here at the fair, and my old lady was working it. And it's one of those things they say, when your eyes meet each other, it's just magic. And it was. I looked in her eyes, she looked in my eyes, and there was no turning back, let me tell you. She was something else. And I was, I just got out of jail. And I still was really confused. I didn't know which way I wanted to turn. Anyway, so I ended up getting this prize for this girl I was with, and took her back. I came back and I talked to the old lady, and we exchanged numbers, and it was heaven from there. That's probably my cherished moment is meeting her, I would say, because if it wasn't for her, God knows where my life would be today, if I would even be alive. So, I owe my life to her. Yeah.
All right, Smokey, I know you like to travel a lot on the bike and everything like that. Where would you like to go that you haven't gone before? Is there any place in particular that you have longed to ride to or maybe just travel to that you haven't been to before?
Oh, man, I've been a lot of places, I'll tell you. I've traveled quite a bit on the bike. We traveled all the Northwest and the whole West almost pretty much. And when we've come down through here, we've traveled through, we've cut through almost the whole entire country, kind of in a zigzag catty corner type thing. I guess I don't know. Where I haven't been yet? I haven't been to up in the Northeast. I'd like to go to Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire. Some of those places there, I think those would be places I would really enjoy because it's all the mountain and scenery. You get to take a lot of trips and hills and things like that. I like that. One of my favorite ones was going to the Dragon's Curve through all that. I think y'all are using one of my pictures that we took from there, and. The Dragon. We rode the Dragon coming through down here one time, and I just love that. I just love that a lot. And all those curves and twisty turns, it's like 5 miles of just like round and round and round and round and round. Gee, who needs to do drugs? I'm telling you, by the time you're done, it is just, you're getting off that bike and like, what the hell just happened, It was crazy. And so anyway, so we did a lot of that. But I guess up in the Northeast, I'd probably enjoy. Up in the far Northeast, I'd probably like to go and do some riding up there. I don't know about any place overseas. I'm not a cruise person. I don't like planes all that much. Give me my bike, that's what I want. And if I need my bike, I'm going to have to go rent one if I go overseas. And I don't know. I like the good old USA. I'm happy here at home. So. I guess that's your answer.
So, Smokey, what are your plans for the coming year? What do you got going on?
Plans for the coming year? Well, like I said, I'd like to work on my leather craft a little bit more, get more going for that. I'm thinking about getting a business going for that as well. It's been good down here by word of mouth, but and just more riding, helping people out and charities and events and things like that. That's all, I want to give back to people. Early on in my life and through the middle of my life, I've had to take from people a lot because I didn't have a lot. You know, it was hand to mouth. You know, I did the best I could as a father and a husband and a businessman. And, you know, I didn't get rich. Trust me, I didn't get rich. The business, when we sold it, didn't make a lot of money. But you know what? I think as I'm getting older now, and I'm seeing now that my kids are gotten older and stuff and different things, I think I'm wanting now to give a little bit more to people, and I really think that that's important. So you know, I think that, you know, just doing more charity work and helping people out and working on my leather craft, I think those are the things I think I want to work on for the coming year.
All right, Smokey, before we let you go here, is there anything else you'd like to let our viewers know or say before we close the interview here?
Well, what's to say about Smokey? You know, there really isn't a lot that I haven't already told you. I'm just a biker. You know, I've got a family. I've got an old lady. I like riding bikes. I'm laid back. I'm a good person. I'm a bad person turned good. Let's put it that way. I have seen the error of my ways, and I'm trying to be a good person as I'm getting older. You know what? I don't know. You know, I know I got a baby coming on the way, or a grandbaby coming on the way. My daughter is pregnant. She's supposed to deliver here in about a month or two or so, and I'm excited about that. Don't know if it's a boy or girl. They didn't want to know. They wanted to be a surprise. That's fine by me. You know, whatever. And you know, so that's pretty much me in a nutshell. And just trying to work my debt off with you here on the show. You know, I'm enjoying the show. I'm enjoying doing it. It's, you know, what are we at my second time now? I've been doing this, and it's getting better. You know, you know, hey, cooking's your thing, man. It's not my thing. And but you know, but I'll tell you what, those crock pot recipes that you have me do, they look easy. I'm almost tempted to try one and surprise my old lady once. I'm sure she'd like that. So you know what? Maybe for the coming year on that question, I might actually make one of your recipes. See how it turns out. They look easy. If I can keep away from that beer on that crock pot beer chicken we did the other episode, though, that was good. That was good. Anyway, all right. Well, that's all I really want to say. I just, you know what? Thank you, Chef Ron, for having me on. I know we're doing this to kind of do a payoff of a debt and everything else, but you know I love you, bro. I love you, bro. And I'm glad to be on here, and I'm glad to help out any way I can. And I'm just happy to do the show for you, man. Whenever you need me, you know I'm here.
All right, Smokey, we're going to let you go, bro. But thank you so much for giving us a couple moments of your time here to let us know a little bit about yourself and who Harley Davidston is, or otherwise known to everybody, including myself, as Smokey.